Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers showcase video. In today's video we're doing something a little bit different. Now if you cast your mind back a few months ago, there was a competition for the official Space Engineers game to design a station, a planetary station, a space station, and the top 3 winners would then get added into the game. So I thought we could take a look at the 3 winners and see what your opinions are and all that. I don't want this video to be too long, so I will just brief around everything, not like a normal showcase video, and then that will be it. So we're going to start by looking at number 3, which is the IO-HEX Spaceport, which is this lovely thing right here. This spaceport is personally my favourite out of all 3, and it's a shame it didn't get first place, but never mind, eh? It does have the best interior out of all 3, I feel. It feels a lot more like a spaceport than the others. But then again, the first place is much more simplistic and you just go straight in to see what you want to see in the station. So pressing F10, we're just going to quickly find this one in the spawn menu. There it is. This thing is 3,205 large blocks, requiring the decorative block number 1 and number 2 DLC packs. And this is what we get, a lovely yellow, white and grey station with a couple of pads to land yourself on and a nice big interior, which we'll go around in just a bit. Got some nice walkways on this side. We've got some fancy blockwork, some really nice stuff. You'd have your small ships come flying into this gap here, clamp down with your landing gear and then turn around and fly off. On this side over here, it would be on the opposite side to avoid risking bumping into each other when you're trying to take off or land if it's a busy station. As we come around to this side over here, we can see our DLC window blocks, which we can put to very good use. We've got a hydrogen tank there just in case you need to restock yourself. We've got a connector to connect up to our large ships which can't dock on the platform. Then coming around to this side here, we've got some more windows with some unfinished blocks and some very good use of the rounded blocks up here to look like fuel tanks. And then just coming down to here, we then got these fancy little circles here which I suppose you could fit a tiny little ship inside it. Like so, have a little hidey hole to avoid being caught by the authorities or whatever you want to do. Yes, it's a bloody fantastic design. And we've got this little thing all the way up to the top. It's like your little antenna. So getting into my character and running across to it, let's actually go and have a quick little look-see around the interior. So onto this landing pad right here, this is what we get. A nice walkway over to here to view out at the stars and the planet. Unfortunately, there is no gravity generator here, so I will have to clamp myself back down. If you are interested in the Skybox, there'll be a link to it in the description below all these stations. And yes, there are 2 suns, and yes, there is an ominous planet right there. So over here we come past our second landing pad and we can go straight into the station. There is no airlock in here, we just go straight into it and we see what we want. Our contracts vendor and our store vendor. Bloody good stuff. And of course we'll have the logo of whatever faction controls this up there. We've got our planters there, we've got our greeting station so the officer can sit there and greet everyone who comes in. We come around to here where we've got our contracts vendor. Our store vendor, it's very good. I always like stations which have these 2 vendor blocks straight in front of you so you can just run up to them and do whatever. We then have a lovely window. That was really odd, isn't it, walking like that and seeing that giant planet. No, you can't go to the planet, it is a skybox. Anyway, we can open this door, come to the opposite side where we have a large ship connection point. Coming all the way around over to the opposite side, we're going to see the exact same thing for the IO-HEX Spaceport, a large docking station. And then coming all the way back around, we can then head down below. So down here is not going to be where you're going to hang out a lot, it's more for decoration and to make it feel more realistic basically. So coming down to here, we're going to have our medical bay where we've got our MRI machine, our little desk to actually activate the machine. We've got a little table for you to lay on if you're injured and some chemical testing lab over there and another one over here. It's a very nice place. We've got some windows to view outside and everything else. Very nice little medical base setup actually. On the opposite side is more of a living quarter type place where we've got our kitchen block, our sofas and some tables to eat your food, as well as the shower and the toilet done in that perfect way that I absolutely adore. Having the shower block, then into the toilet so you've got some nice privacy. And that is basically it for this station. I don't think I missed anything out. It's just a fantastic design, nice little room, and everything you need to have fun. So if you want to play with it now, there will be a link to it in the description below. And on to the next one. So for second place, we got the Planetary Trade Station, which is this thing right here. Now this really fits the aesthetics of the Space Engineers game. We've got some nice little posts coming out of the ground, our small connection pad, and a large ship connection pad on the side. And we'll just come and bring the sun back around because it is a bit fiddly on this map. We'll just take a little closer look around here. So that is our landing pad. We just go all the way up and then dropping down to here. Then got a small walkway between these two towers, which are purely decoration. And then we can come all the way around to here, where we have a ladder going up and inside, which will take us all the way up to the station. So getting into my character, in fact, I forgot to check this. We need to find the Planetary Trade Station, which is this right here. So this station is only 1040 blocks using the Decorative Block DLC pack and the Economy Deluxe DLC pack. So it's a lot smaller than the other two. It doesn't look great with how few blocks it's actually used. So we can climb up this ladder to get into the station if we were, say, out of jetpack or your ship has crashed just short of the station. Then we can climb up this ladder over here. And then we have some lovely walkways where we can view out at that ominous planet and the skybox around us. We can just walk all the way around up to here. We don't have a safety rail, so you could fall off if you're not paying attention. Then we just keep walking around. And we'll get up to our small landing pad. We've got some blinking lights on here to make sure you can always find it in the darkness. And of course we've got our little drop down part going to the connector so you can connect it all nicely. Then we can come up into the station, closing those doors. We didn't have a double door in here, but no air vent. It's simply an airlock just to stop air from getting out. And then coming around to here, we can drop down. So this is my least favourite out of the three, just because of how it's been set up. It's a bit confuddled, where one vendor is down below here and the other one is on the floor all the way up there. When you want to go into a station, it's generally a good idea to have all the contracts there, but it's not my design. I didn't even enter the competition, so I can't really complain at all. Yes, in this room right here, this is our living quarter where we've got a ATM and our contracts vendor. Then got some more small places around here where we can cook our food, eat our food, look out at that planet once again, and then come around here. We've got a very snug living, like, sofa place around here. We can see people coming in and out on that dock and all that. It's a very nice little setup like that. I do like that. Then we can come all the way around to here, where we then access our large ship connection pad, and then coming back through, we can then head down through here. We've got a small little ladder that goes up to a programmable block if you wanted it, and this is how we can access our hydrogen engine. Coming all the way back through, we do have another floor to go up, but there is a toilet right there in case you need it. And we can come all the way around, up to here, open this doorway, through another airlock, that takes us back to where it just was. I don't know why I came back up there, it was a little confusing. But no, we want to come up those stairs, but I will just take a look through here. So through this doorway, we do have a glass, a bed, and some locker. And it's the same on the opposite side, so you could rent this out if you were in need of a place to stay overnight. Coming up and around, this is what we get. This is our vending machine. We then have our corner sofa there to look out through the lovely glass. Some wood chairs around here for you to kick back and relax on. And then coming through this doorway, we'll then get to our store. Buy and sell whatever we want. So yes, like I said, that is my one complaint of having the stores and contracts so far away from each other. But it's still a fantastic station. So coming up and out of this, it's time to see number one. Won the competition, got first place and some lovely prizes. So coming back into the free camera, let's come round to this right here. So this is called the Aephir Space Station. Hopefully I am saying that correctly. I will just come through here and find it for you. That is the spelling. I'm not going to try and say it again. Yes, this one is a rather big boy, coming in at 4,686 large blocks. It requires the Decorative Block DLC pack and nothing else. So what we get with this station compared to the others is a very protected landing pad. Yes, we can get a small or medium ship to come flying through here, and then we're nice and protected. Yes, of course it's going to be surrounded by a safe zone so you can't really get attacked, but if you wanted to use this in your own survival world, instead of having to wait for it to be officially added, that is something to bear in mind. Yes, we've got a lovely docking pad right there and some blinking lights. As we move around the side, we can see inside our station and all the lovely blockwork. that goes all the way around the side. We can see our large cargo container, 3 large hydrogen tanks, and some more windows give us a very good view. As we come all the way up and around, we can see up here to our control center, so we can just manage everything coming in and out. Then we're back around to here. Then we come around to the very side where once again we have a large ship docking station in the same style as everything else, a catwalk coming across on top of a connector. So yes, that is that, and it's time to hop inside and have a little look-see. So starting over here at our docking pad, I do like this docking pad, so I can see why this got first place. I just like the third place station a lot more. Maybe it's because of the vivid colours, or just how unique it looks in its weird docking design. So this is what we get, a very nice big room. So compared to my character, that's what we get. So we get a nice long ship. Fatter ships could have a problem, but you're going to always use the dock on the side. Speaking of dock on the side, we can come all the way up to here and across to our dock. And we come back through here and back into this place here. So we've got a connection point right in the dead center. We've got some lights in here to save you from putting your light on. And that is that. So we've got a few ways where we can go in here. If we come up to this very side part, we can then come all the way down the side, look around here, and then make our way below the station where we've got access to our reactor in case we needed to put uranium in there, and access to everything else in here if it needed to be repaired. Very nice. Lots of RP potential with this station. Then coming all the way around to the opposite side, what do we have? We have a small catwalk which leads all the way up above the station. So we can now access the very tippy top up here. We've got another landing pad which we could use if you want to, but that is only if you have a landing gear to clip yourself on. Yes, you'll mainly use this just to repair the station up and just to hop around and being annoying for the commander who sits up there and shouting at you to get down and get back to work. Oop, I fell down here. Anyway, coming all the way back down, let's go properly into the station through this door right here. So once again, we have a double door, but this time we do have an air vent below us to pump this area full of oxygen. We also have a locker right there to dump all our stuff in. And on the opposite side, we do have a guard seat who can control who's coming in and out. And a little button there just to change the airlock pressure. So coming into the station, and this is what I do love about it, we can instantly see the two most important blocks on a trading station, our contracts vendor and our store vendor. Yes, it's a very large interior, and this is basically all we get with this station. Very nice, very simplistic and straight to the point. Coming straight down the middle, we have our projector table projecting the current station. We can sit there and admire it in all its glory. We have a clock up there to see how long you've been wasting on this station, and we then view out these lovely windows. Coming up to the side over here, we've got our store block, looking around, lots of planters, and some semi-armoured windows. Over here we can just view up there, which is kind of like a little sneaky area actually. And then round to here we then got our kitchen and serving table so you can cook up your food if you want to and serve it to your customers. And then coming around to here, we got a little hidey hole to store all your food and goods. On the opposite side we got our contracts vendor, our planter and a similar setup. We've got our half-armoured windows, our little sneaky place up there, and another table to sit and have your meeting or eat your food. Now we do have a label on there which takes us back to our landing pad, where we can come through this door which will take us all the way up to the top. We've got some controls to control the doors in the airlock and of course the pressurization and all that, so we can press that to open up the doors in the station, and then we can press that to open up the door to lead out. So you can just sit there and be a proper little security guard, make sure they're not hostile, and then let them on into the station. Then coming around up to here, we've got a lovely little window piece of view out once again, and then coming all the way around to here, got some more ways where we can go. Straight across here we've got our toilet block if you needed it, and then coming over to here we then got some buttons for the lights and all that in this sort of an overhang to our landing pad. Coming all the way back round, where were those stairs? They were around here. We can continue moving up until we eventually get to our control place, which will be up there. So just go and hop and grab that. And here we are, we're standing on some interior blocks. We have a fantastic view all the way around. The lighting effect in here, glorious. Yes, we have a time block right there. And then we have our control seat, which currently does nothing, but you can always go and set it up if you want to. So you can put some turrets on here and control them from here and whatnot, like doors and stuff. Finding that time block to see what it's doing. These setup actions is closing the door, it's activating another time block, and it's activating the pressurization of the airlock. And I suppose when it becomes an official station, it'll dismiss all the time blocks on this station and just use cheats to activate it. But that is it for the 3 stations that won the station competition and will be added to the official Space Engineers game in an upcoming update. So if you want to play with them right now, there will be a link to them in the description below, as well for the Skybox over here. And I think there was some fancy planet somewhere in the distance, but I don't think I can find it. No. Anyway, as for the stations, they're in the description below, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll be back with another showcase video some point soon. Bye bye.